Английский язык, сервис и туризм. Страница 88. Meals in England, meals in USA, dinner at the restaurant. Text 1. Meals in England. The usual meals in England are breakfast in the morning, lunch at 1 o'clock during the break at work, and dinner at home at 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. Sometimes the meals are breakfast, lunch, traditional 5 o'clock tea, dinner, and late supper. English breakfast is usually substantial and varied. For breakfast, English people may have porridge or cornflakes with milk or cream and sugar, bacon and eggs, fried mushrooms, marmalade with buttered toast, and tea or coffee. For a change, they can have a boiled egg, cold ham, or fish with potato chips. Those people who work usually have lunch about 1 o'clock. For lunch, they may have a mutton chop or fish and chips, or cold meat or steak with fried potatoes and salad, and then a fruit dessert. Working people usually have their lunch at the canteen or in the nearest cafe or a small restaurant. Afternoon tea at home is between 5 and 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock tea is an old English tradition. Friends often come for a chat while they have their cup of tea, cake, or biscuit. In many English families, dinner is the biggest meal of the day, and in the evening there is usually a much simpler supper, an omelette or sausages, or sometimes bacon and eggs. For late supper, they may have just bread and cheese, a glass of juice, or hot chocolate and fruit. Страница 89. Словарь. Usual – обычный, meals – еда, varied – разнообразный, substantial – плотный о еде, bacon and eggs – яичница с беконом, porridge – овсянка, cornflakes with milk – кукурузные хлопья с молоком, for a chat – поговорить, поболтать, cream – сливки, крем, hot chocolate – какао, just – просто. Задание 6.1. What are the usual meals in England? What is usually the biggest meal of the day in England? What may English people have for breakfast? When do people who work usually have lunch? Where do working people usually have their lunch? Is 5 o'clock tea an old English tradition? What can be served for 5 o'clock tea? Страница 90. Задание 6.3. Breakfast at the restaurant. Good morning. What would you like for breakfast? Well, I'll have some bread and butter or some buttered toast, eggs and bacon and cornflakes with milk. What would you like, tea or coffee? In the morning, I prefer a cup of strong coffee. How many lumps of sugar do you take in your coffee? Do you take milk with your coffee? I usually take 2 lumps of sugar and have my coffee with milk. What else would you like to order? You see, I didn't want to take a substantial breakfast, but today I'd like to taste your sandwiches with cheese. I see you have sandwiches with cheese on the menu. What kind of cheese is that? Any kind you like. We have soft, piquant cheeses, Roquefort and cheddar, mellow cheeses, Swiss and Cheshire, and soft cheeses Edam, Camembert and Brie. Задание 6.4. First guest. Let's call a waiter and make the orders. Waiter, what can I do for you? Breakfast for 2, please. What would you like for breakfast? Today we've got a big choice of dishes. Will you bring us something substantial to your taste? Here is the menu. Make your choice, please. I'd rather have pancakes, bacon and eggs, and a cup of coffee. How would you like your coffee? Make it white, not very strong, and put 2 lumps of sugar in it, please. To the second guest, what would you like for breakfast? Страница 91. I'd like fried eggs, meat pate, and toast with marmalade. Then bring me a fruit salad and some fruit juice, please. What juice would you like? Orange juice, please. Anything else? No, that's all. Just a minute, it won't take long. After the breakfast, how much do we pay? Here's your bill, please. Paying for the breakfast. Here you are. Keep the change, please. Thank you. So come again, please.